In November, the world celebrates mustaches to raise awareness for men's health. Here are 15 famous men who have died, but we remember for many great accomplishments, including the greatest mustaches in history. William Howard Taft was the 27th President of the United States from 1909 to 1913, and later became Chief Justice of the U.S. Supreme Court. He was the first president in history to drive a car and the last president to date who had a mustache while in office. Taft wore a classic handlebar mustache, forever associating him with pictures of Santa Claus. William Howard Taft died March 8, 1930, at the age of 72. Prince was one of the most popular musicians of all time, selling over 150 million records worldwide. As a star of the MTV generation, Prince's face became as familiar as his songs, especially after his hit movie, Purple Rain. The stylish star changed his looks over the years, but whether his mustache was pencil thin or more robust, it was always impeccably trimmed. Prince died April 21, 2016, at the age of 57. Burt Reynolds' macho chevron mustache helped make him one of Hollywood's leading sex symbols and box office stars. He charmed audiences with his sly grin in films including the classic car chase movie, Smokey and the Bandit. A new generation of fans discovered him with his award-winning role in the film Boogie Nights. Burt Reynolds died September 6, 2018, at the age of 82. Walter Cronkite was the iconic CBS News anchor known for his matter-of-fact catchphrase, "And that's the way it is." He reported on some of history's most pivotal moments, from the Vietnam War to the assassination of President Kennedy. Cronkite wore a fatherly mustache that was as comfortable and familiar to TV viewers as his delivery of the day's headlines. Walter Cronkite died July 17, 2009, at the age of 92. Robert Goulet was an extraordinary entertainer who wowed audiences on Broadway and on screen with his singing, acting, and witty banter. He was a popular guest star on TV shows such as King of Queens, often playing himself and always wearing his famous painter's brush of a mustache. It became such a familiar sight, the American Mustache Institute named an award in his honor, the Robert Goulet Memorial Mustached American of the Year. Robert Goulet died October 30, 2007, at the age of 73. Clark Gable proved you only need a bit of a mustache to become a debonair Hollywood legend. He was one of the world's most famous leading men from the 1930s through the 1950s, best known for playing Rhett Butler in Gone with the Wind. It's hard to imagine Rhett saying, "Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn," without Gable's legendary pencil mustache. Clark Gable died November 16, 1960, at the age of 59. Richard Pryor was one of the most influential comics of all time, pushing boundaries and taking an honest look at America's racial divide. He and his classic chevron-shaped mustache were box office gold as he starred with Gene Wilder in hit comedies like Silver Streak. Pryor's mustache was such a part of his persona that the rare clean-shaven photos that exist are downright startling. Richard Pryor died December 10, 2005, at the age of 65. Dale Earnhardt was a NASCAR legend whose aggressive driving style earned him the nickname The Intimidator. Regarded by many to be the best driver in NASCAR history, he won 7 Winston Cup championships. We can only imagine Earnhardt's thick mustache pulling the G-forces with him as he sped his familiar number 3 car around the track. Dale Earnhardt died February 18, 2001, at the age of 49. Puerto Rican actor Raul Julia was first to star on Broadway, winning a Tony Award before his success in movies. Many remember him today for his role as Gomez Addams in two popular Addams Family movies in the 1990s. As Gomez, Julia's pencil-thin mustache embodied the character's refined elegance. Raul Julia died October 24, 1994, at the age of 54. Frank Zappa was a pioneer of avant-garde rock music who influenced an entire generation of quirky musicians and artists. His biggest song was Valley Girl, which featured his daughter, Moon Unit Zappa. Zappa's mustache was so unique in rock music that, like Cheshire Cat's smile, it's immediately identifiable even without seeing his face. Frank Zappa died December 4, 1993, at the age of 52. Salvador Dali was a Spanish surrealist artist whose bizarre imagery changed the face of visual art in the 20th century. As for his own face, Dali boasted a flamboyant mustache that well matched his eccentric persona. Salvador Dali died January 23, 1989, at the age of 84. Charlie Chaplin was one of Hollywood's first superstars, known for his beloved silent film character, the Tramp. His long list of iconic films include City Lights and Modern Times, which feature him wearing his trademark bowler hat and facial hair. Chaplin said he gave the Tramp the little toothbrush mustache so he could add a bit of age to his face without hiding his expression. Charlie Chaplin died December 25, 1977, at the age of 88. Nobody in Hollywood history could swashbuckle like Errol Flynn, and to do it right, you need a great mustache. Known for partying hard in his personal life, Flynn was a dashing action-adventure hero on the screen. His devilish pencil stash was always on point as he swung from chandeliers in classic films like The Adventures of Robin Hood. Errol Flynn died October 14, 1959, at the age of 50. Albert Einstein was too busy figuring out the theory of relativity to spend a lot of time on personal fashions with his bushy mustache and bird's nest hair. He did, however, make time to play the violin, and with his wild hair, he certainly nailed the look of a disheveled musician. Einstein's bushy walrus mustache and crazed hairdo have come to symbolize the image of a man with a brilliant mind. Albert Einstein died April 18, 1955, at the age of 76. Character actor Wilford Brimley was as grandfatherly a TV presence as the bowls of oatmeal he enjoyed in commercials for Quaker Oats. Sporting a mustache as bushy as Einstein's, he starred in the classic 80s movies The Natural and Cocoon. Earlier in his career, Brimley's mustache lent him authenticity as a stuntman in Western movies. Wilford Brimley died August 1, 2020, at the age of 85. You can read more about the lives of the people featured in this video on Legacy.com. You can also follow Legacy.com on Facebook and subscribe to our channel on YouTube to discover the latest obituary news headlines and honor fascinating lives.